Is it dark?
It's okay.
I'll bet you that light is going to blink on for a minute. There it goes. And it just went out. So yeah, we got a problem. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're having a little problem with this power converter inside our camper. I don't know if it's charging. I'm getting like power surges. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I hear the fan going on and off. The lights are getting brighter and dimmer. So I thought I would just go ahead and buy a new one. We're going to try and do a little bit of testing. This thing has a whole troubleshooting chart inside this book, and I figured let's go through it and try and troubleshoot this thing and see what's up. I snapped a picture of the troubleshooting chart on my phone because the print is so small it's very hard for me to see. So I'm going to go ahead and follow it step by step and see what the first thing to do is. Okay, so one of the first things they want you to do is check and see if I'm connected to a 110 power supply. I am. But what I am going to do here is I am going to go to the next step and disconnect the battery, leave the RV connected to the 110 power supply, and see if the lights and everything functions properly. Ready?
Ooh, something just came out.
There's a mouse in there again. Why?
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to put mothballs in here.
Holy cow.
Alright, so for lack of a better tool, I'm just going to use this pliers and disconnect the negative terminal. They wanted me to do this from the white wire that comes from the inside of the converter inside the trailer, which is still connected, and rather than pull all that out, I'm just going to do this first. Okay.
I saw a spark.
So now our battery is disconnected. There is no power coming to the trailer. And I did take another shortcut and just run a meter across this wire and this wire to see if I had 13.6 volts, and I did not. But I feel like this is working and not working intermittently. It's battery's disconnected. Now we're going to reconnect the AC power supply and see if we have any DC circuits working, the lights, the pump, etc. Is it dark?
It's okay.
Okay, so now we're supposed to check our DC lights and see if we have any power. And we don't. We don't have any DC power going to any circuits. No pump. Okay.
Is that good? Let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
How can you have DC power if there's no battery connected?
Okay, that's a good question. This unit is a DC power converter, right? So this has like 5 or 6 circuits on it depending on your unit. Everybody has a different model. You have AC power coming in, and then you're going to have, it's going to convert to DC power. The DC power powers the lights, the pump, the CO detector, the DC outlet, the radio, anything that's DC.
Oh, so the generator is providing the DC right now.
The generator should provide the power to the power converter down here, which then all the DC circuits coming out of the power converter power the trailer.
Whether there's a battery or not, you should be able to have power.
I should have DC power right now.
And you don't.
I do not. Which tells me right off the bat, according to this chart, but it says, yes, disconnect the battery and connect the RV to a 110 power supply. Do the ceiling lights come on and other DC items work properly? The answer is no. So over here, I'll swipe over to where it says no. Remove the power converter door assembly. Remove the reverse polarity fuses. Are the fuses blown? Okay, so let's go down here and look at the fuse. This is the fuse. This fuse is not blown. I don't know if you could see it, but that little bridge across the center of the fuse,
there's a bridge,
is perfectly fine. Okay. I will check this fuse with a meter. Let's see if this fuse is blown. I did check all these fuses prior to making this video because we've been having this trouble for a while now. That's why I went ahead and bought a new unit.
We even tried to take it apart and clean the fan, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
we
that
did.
One
we
of the
opened it
things?
up. We looked at all the fuses. we know that the fuses are not blown. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put this fuse back in.
But that would be what they would do next.
Okay, so are any fuses blown? The answer is no. So we'll come down here with the reverse polarity fuses out, measure the DC voltage across the negative white wire entering out of the back of the converter. I don't have the converter out of the wall here yet, so I'm not going to do that. But what I can do is go to the battery and see if I have any DC voltage there, which I know I'm not going to because obviously none of this is working. So if the answer is no to this question right here, the next step is replace the converter. It's defective. So we are definitely going to have to replace the converter. Here's the new converter. It is a direct replacement with the one that's there. Same exact model number.
Oh, it came with a fuse.
And it has the reverse polarity fuse already in place. Here is the white wire that they're talking about. I can't check it because I got to open this up and take it out. But I know it's not working.
We checked it another time, didn't we?
We checked it to the battery. This white wire basically goes right to the battery.
Okay. Looks like an 8700 series high performance power center converter. 35/40 amp DC output.
Right.
WF-8735, which is the 35 amp model that we got.
Right, the 35 amp model. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this unit. Now I'm no electrician, but I'm not afraid to try. This trailer that we're putting this in is a Jayco 185Rb travel trailer. It's a small trailer. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DC circuits. So depending on your trailer, it'll be different. You know, if you have slide outs or you know, any other accessories that work off of the battery, you will have more circuits. Okay, bigger unit and a higher amp rating. So basically, I would probably have a DC circuit for our, let's say, the water pump, a DC circuit for our CO detector, a DC circuit for the light, a DC circuit for maybe the radio, or I'm trying to think what else works off of DC on this thing. But and then of course the last one would be the DC circuit for the charging of the battery. So that's this red wire, and this white wire is the ground. Looks pretty simple to set up. Like I said, I'm no electrician. I'm not an expert at this stuff. This is not a how-to video. This is basically a DIY project that I decided to take on myself. The book that this comes with is very handy. It looks like it has all the directions and everything in here that I need to know. The hardest part is going to be on my hands and knees crawling under the cabinet here and try and make the connections on the wires. Stay tuned and we'll see if we can get this done, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. And as I'm making this video, I'm watching the little red light for the water pump. It kind of comes on, like it has a little bit of power, and then it goes right out. So that is interesting. I just noticed that just now. I don't know if we could make it. There it is. The light is on, and it just went off. Let's see if it does it again. There it goes. It's trying. So I get a little DC current, and then it goes right out. I'll bet you that light is going to blink on for a minute. There it goes. And it just went out. Yeah, we got a problem. So there's a good chance I don't need to do any further testing. I know for a fact that this charge controller is gone. Alright, so let's get started with this. We have to disconnect the battery and disconnect the AC power supply. Everything's going to get dark, so I'll do the best I can with the lights I have. And let's take this cover door thing off. See if I'm probably going to start also by taking all the circuit breakers out first. AC, microwave, etc. There's just a clamp that holds it all in, it looks like. Let's see how the other one is set up. Alright, well, doesn't look like it's going to be fun, but we'll get it done. I'm just going to go wire for wire, starting with the AC side first. So, let's see what the back of this looks like now.
Let me move the camera.
I mean, what a mess.
Yeah, holy Toledo.
This is where all our other connections are for the circuits of the DC. These are all DC circuits, right? Which they gave us plenty on that. It's the AC parts that are not enough. This black wire. Oh, it's on a clamp. Maybe I could undo that clamp. We knew this was going to be the hardest part of the job. Working in a hole. Alright, we're just going to fight with this for a minute. Right in the dark. A little bit. So yeah, these are like a little plastic grommet that's inside each opening in the power converter. So yeah, they're gonna get a little bit mutilated, but we're just gonna reuse them.
Really hard to get out.
They're really hard to get out. We'll just snap it in and then put the cable pushes through, you know, to hold it in place. That's all. So there's one down, we got 3 to go.
So now we have the one big one left.
I'm just sort of wiggling it.
Ooh. You ever done this before?
No.
Okay.
Without risk, there is no reward.
It's true. But I can't imagine
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I can't imagine what this would have cost to have them do at the trailer place.
I don't know, but I know now that I got plenty of wire to see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Since the AC came out first, the AC is going to go in last. We're doing good. Wire for wire. Let's take this one. Put it on here like this. I'm just going for whatever they are.
All right.
This could be the lights. It could be a fan. It could be DC outlet. It could be anything. I have wire nuts in there.
Yes, I see them.
Okay. Nice and snug. I always pull on them, make sure they don't slip out. This is the last one, ain't it? Oh, we got one more after that. This tool. Alright. Next. This thing is now free. The white goes to that strip that's on the floor. I don't know if you can. All the whites go down on that strip down there. Okay? Now, the fun begins. With all this. Where's the other flashlight? Any more flashlights? I just want to take a look in here.
Make sure there's no extra wires.
And I want to make sure I get all my grounds where they got to come. This ground has to come through this was like this.
Yeah.
All these go here. This white one, we got to get down in there.
Richie had to take out that whole little...
Well, yeah, this is a whole ground strip. And now that I did that, look, I could do that and put it where it really needs to go.
Because the white wire on the new one was shorter.
Yeah, this wire was shorter and I couldn't reach it in there and get it all buttoned up. So what I'm gonna do, I took the whole strip out and now I could connect it here. Okay, so that's your main ground for the battery, and it was held in to the floorboards of the trailer with this screw. So now I'm just gonna blaze a new screw in here. I'm gonna, maybe I can get it in the same spot, maybe not, but I'm gonna just go and screw it down to the floor.
Well, there's like a little piece of wood. It's not
on a,
really
yeah, it's
floor.
on a piece of wood, which is proving to be a nuisance, to say the least. Everything has to be delicately placed as I force it. All right, I think I got it.
Yay! We're
Got it.
almost there.
Almost there.
This is brutal.
All right, so
Oh, wow.
shine that in here. Should I turn all the circuit breakers on and then plug in the trailer? Or plug in the trailer and then turn on the breakers one by one?
Is it safe? I don't know.
All right.
Do I have to be in here when you do it? Because I'm scared.
Nope, you don't have to.
If you want, you could be in here and I'll turn on the generator.
You're gonna plug it in? It's just a scary plugging it in.
No, never mind.
All right, let's go do it.
I'm coming out. I don't want to be in here. Where's the fire extinguisher?
I don't know. All right, I'm here. I'm gonna start the generator. And Kathy's over there. She's gonna see if the lights come on.
And videotape. I'm ready whenever you
Okay. Here goes. Here goes nothing.
What light did you leave on?
I don't know. This light's on. We have lights?
We have lights.
Yay!
Yay. Nothing's on fire.
Let's go check our output on the battery and see if we got voltage there. No, nothing burning. Let's go check the battery.
Can't you just check here?
Well, that's gonna show full.
Oh, because it's running. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's good.
So you want me to follow you?
Volts. Okay, there's your volts. I'm gonna take one lead and put it on the white wire. Okay, there's our white negative. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this positive, and look at that. It's supposed to have 13.6 volts on the
It's already better than it's been in the last month and a half.
So it's 13.55 coming out of the power converter.
That's good though, right?
That's exactly what we're supposed to have.
So that was a bad power converter. You just confirmed it.
I just confirmed. So now we've got voltage here at the battery. We have lights inside. Now we're going to be charging this battery.
Finally, the right way.
The right way.
What were you doing to charge it for a while there?
I had another external charger. This, I'm going to just leave this in here.
You want to put a mothball in there?
Yes, I'm going to put mothballs in here. Keep the mice out. See, now there's our battery voltage, 13.14, okay? So it's charging the battery. We had 13.6 coming off it directly from the power converter, but because the battery was so weak, you know, it's taking some. Now this thing, I was reading the book, actually has 3 phases of charging. It has a bulk charging, which is like a super, if the battery's below 11.6 volts or something, it has a high current, up to 13 amp charge rate. And then it goes into like a trickle mode after that, after it reaches over 12.6. And then after that it goes into like a float mode where it's only charges the battery as needed. So right now it's in full charge mode and we are happy about that. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for sticking through and taking the time out of your day to watch this one. I know it's a long one, but we got it done. If you know a little bit about electrical and you're not afraid to try stuff, read the directions, watch a couple of videos, don't be afraid to try. You know, we just saved ourselves a ton of money. There's no way we could have got this done. Have to fix it ourselves. So, anyway, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. EOL. What the does EOL mean?